Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Harris. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Harris. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Looking left side, and it's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Flush to his right.
He's got this complete to Robinson. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday.
Well, look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touch.
Back. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing Jones. And that will be incomplete.
There defensively, Tariq Woolen.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Able to slither by. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, still throwing here with a big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football, really. Things have definitely not gone their way, but maybe their offense can seize on this and put some points on the board.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now Harris to throw on second down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
This is the tight end fan. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
Now a play fake here on first down. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
On second down, it's Walker.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Operating from the gun, Harris.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive there. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant from 21 yards away.
And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead now down to 20. A 10-play drive that time.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation. And now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Play action. Jones. He'll buy some time right. That ball caught by Slayton.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play.
Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. Beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Giants are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Seahawks take back over. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
Throwing to start the drive. Harris. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Looking to throw on second down. Harris. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. That interception made. The exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
From just shy of midfield, Jones. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. They juked him. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Jones rolling to his right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Harris. To throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Harris on third down. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to have the football here. Their own 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here. But
oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so. Big.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley dances by him. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
that flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Jones. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Jones throwing on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL, you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. The Giants' season will continue at least another week as we say so long, everybody.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's the NFC Championship game. Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Lamar Jackson and the Chicago Bears.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game?
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense. And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move it back in the backfield to make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
They go play action now. Jackson.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw there complete to Mooney. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Kayvon Thibodeau. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. The 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Giants. A great play there. 63 yards. And the Giants have struck first in this NFC title game. Well, so much for the opening drive being capped off by a field goal, CD. It's capped off by a touchdown after all, except I don't think in the manner that we were expecting.
No doubt about that, because you sent me a note earlier in the week saying you thought special teams might play a big role in this one. I don't know that you expected it this early in the game.
No, I didn't. That was a pretty impressive play. What a way to get their first points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. But I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down. Off play action. Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Forced out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson now. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. It's been a good first.
half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a give to Barkley. A little juke. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. yards. And the Giants continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
To throw again on second down. Jackson, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now it's Jackson. A throw left side taken in by Komet. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Pressure comes and the Giants block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Giants are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's Jackson to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Azeez Ojulari. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Giants with one. Final possession here in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Jones now on 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And some room to work. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one 28 yards on the ground. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks as always.
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Saquon Barkley to about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He's got room at the 30. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't
but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And quickly they get to the line. Back to throw. Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Play action. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. To throw is Jackson. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On third down, they go Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And some room to maneuver. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Read option. Here's Montgomery. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. That's complete right side to Kmet. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they're going to have a third down. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a first and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. On play action, they'll throw.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. Now Jones to throw on third down. Got a man, Slayton. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, 85 yards.
And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot.
On springs free, Montgomery loses it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 39 yards. And the Giants are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. To get going again. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
The Bears on third down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Jackson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. Here's Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Off play action. Jones sliding out of the pocket. That's caught by Hollister.
Down inside the 10.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Flushed out right.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Kayvon Thibodeau
in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson.
This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Chicago. This will be taken at the 10. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out. Will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out to this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Jones on first down. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it.
On the move past the 40, down the left sideline.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long. And they've made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Here's Jones, throwing to start the drive. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Saquon Barkley running right. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Jones now on 3rd and 2. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. The Giants are the champions of the NFC as we say thanks for watching and good night. And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, will see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.